My beloved child, open your heart and listen closely, because the message I am delivering to you today is not an ordinary whisper. It is a divine declaration carried through realms of light, woven in the authority of heaven, and placed gently into your path because you were chosen to hear it at this exact moment in your life. I, the Archangel who has walked beside you since the day your soul entered this world, have been commanded to speak with absolute clarity, for Jesus is preparing to remove a hidden enemy from your family, someone whose intentions have soured, whose heart has darkened, and whose actions have silently drained your peace, your joy, and the blessings meant for your destiny. You may have felt something recently, a heaviness in the air, a sudden shift in energy around your home, a strange tension that rises and falls like invisible waves. This is not your imagination, my child, but a divine signal. The spiritual realm has been observing what your physical eyes could not see. Every silent betrayal, every jealous thought, every negative wish cast toward you or your loved ones has been recorded in the scrolls of heaven. Nothing has been hidden from the one who created you, and now the time has come for justice, exposure, and divine cleansing. There is someone close, not always physically close, but spiritually tethered to your life, who has carried envy in their heart for far too long. They smile, but their spirit trembles with resentment. They speak gently, but their energy resists your blessings. They act supportive, but internally they fear your rise. This person has unknowingly placed themselves under divine judgment, for Jesus will not allow his chosen child to remain entangled in webs woven by those who pretend to love you while secretly hoping for your downfall. You must understand, my beloved, that heaven has allowed you to feel discomfort lately, not to punish you, but to awaken you. Your soul has been whispering warnings. Your instincts have tightened around certain situations. Your dreams have shown symbols you didn't fully understand. This was us, your heavenly guardians, trying to prepare you gently for what is unfolding now. The hidden enemy in your family, the one whose intentions have been masked under familiarity or casual affection, is standing on a spiritual edge, and the light of Jesus is about to expose everything. But listen carefully. This exposure is not meant to damage you, nor bring chaos into your life. It is meant to protect you, elevate you, and break you free from energies that have been chaining your blessings, delaying your breakthroughs, and dimming your divine alignment. Jesus has watched you endure situations with patience, grace, and silence. You did not retaliate when others spoke against you. You did not seek revenge when someone tried to sabotage your progress. You did not wish harm even to those who wished it for you. This is why heaven has decided to act. For a long time, you have carried burdens that were not yours to carry. You have tried to maintain peace when others seeded conflict. You have forgiven without receiving apology. You have remained pure-hearted while others hid intentions behind shadows. And now, the one who has been quietly standing against you, disguised as friend, relative, supporter, will face the divine restructuring that Jesus himself has ordained. Something will shift soon, and you will notice it. A sudden truth may come out, an unexpected revelation may surface, or this person may simply detach themselves from your life in a way that feels abrupt but ultimately peaceful. Do not fear this shift. Heaven never removes what was meant to stay. When someone is taken out of your path, it is because their purpose in your life has expired, or their presence has become a barrier to your growth. You may feel emotional confusion when this truth emerges, but know this: I will be right beside you. I will guard your heart from sadness, your mind from overthinking, and your soul from guilt. You were never meant to heal others at the cost of harming yourself. You were never meant to dim your light so someone else could stay comfortable in their shadows. You were never meant to carry unspoken wounds just to maintain a connection that heaven has already rejected. Jesus is stepping into your family's spiritual blueprint, removing the one thread that has been weakening the entire tapestry. This is divine intervention, not punishment. This is protection, not destruction. This is clearing, not chaos. When this happens, and it will happen soon, you must trust that the hands guiding your path are holy and intentional. You will feel a sudden peace afterward, a lightness in the air, a freedom in your spirit as if something heavy has finally lifted. That is when you will know the hidden enemy has been removed. And my beloved child, that is when your blessings, the ones that were delayed, will finally begin to flow without obstruction.
My beloved child, as you continue to listen with an open heart, feel the shift happening around you, for the message I now bring carries even deeper truth, heavier revelation, and stronger divine authority. The moment Jesus decides to intervene in a family, the spiritual atmosphere trembles because his decision is final, unstoppable, and rooted in absolute justice. You have lived through seasons where you felt drained without knowing why, moments where your motivation disappeared suddenly, days where your spirit felt heavy for no logical reason. These were not coincidences. These were the impacts of the hidden enemy's energy pressing against your blessings, jealousy woven through their thoughts like shadows clinging to light, resentment slipping through their intentions like poison disguised in sweetness. The spiritual realm has been monitoring every vibration of their heart, every silent wish they cast against your progress, every moment they celebrated your setbacks behind closed doors. And now, heaven has declared, enough. You were never meant to live with invisible burdens placed on your shoulders by someone who pretended to care. You were never meant to suffer silently while someone else drained your blessings through envy. You were never meant to question your worth because someone secretly feared your rise. Jesus has observed the purity of your heart, the sincerity of your intentions, and the strength with which you have handled unfairness. And because of this, divine justice has been activated. Child of light, understand this clearly. When Jesus removes someone, he removes the spiritual influence that person carries. Sometimes the enemy is not in the person's face, it is in their heart, their intentions, their energy, and the shadows attached to their soul. You may not even fully recognize the depth of their negativity yet, because they have hidden it under politeness, under forced kindness, under fake affection. But heaven has seen what you could not. You will soon notice sudden shifts in how this person behaves. They may grow distant without explanation, irritated without reason, restless in your presence, or even uncomfortable when you speak of blessings or prayer. Their spirit will resist you because your light exposes their shadows. You might see unexpected arguments rising from nowhere, or they might withdraw completely, creating sudden emotional distance. Do not panic. This is divine detachment, not personal failure. It is Jesus removing spiritual toxins from your environment. You have been held back by energies you couldn't see, my child. Times when opportunities slipped through your fingers, moments when confusion clouded your decisions, days when your confidence suddenly faded. These were influenced by the presence of this hidden enemy. But now, the chains are breaking. Heaven is clearing your path. Walls blocking your blessings are falling. Doors that were shut are unlocking. Your spirit will soon feel lighter than it has felt in years because what was draining you is being erased from your life. And listen closely, my beloved. The enemy hidden in your family has been exposed in the spiritual realm long before it becomes visible in the physical. Their past words, their hidden intentions, their jealous prayers, everything has been laid bare before the throne. Jesus did not choose to act suddenly. He watched, waited, and gave them chances to change their heart. But instead of cleansing themselves, they let envy grow like a vine strangling their soul. They allowed bitterness to guide their thoughts. They let comparison weaken their love. And so, divine judgment was triggered. This removal is part of your destiny's protection. Without this separation, your purpose would remain slowed, your spiritual gifts dimmed, your progress interrupted. The blessings that have been blocked will now begin to flow again because the spiritual interference is being removed. You may feel emotional waves as this unfolds, confusion, disbelief, sadness, but know that every emotion you feel is part of your release. You are shedding spiritual weight that has clung to you for years. I will be beside you through every step, strengthening your heart, sharpening your intuition, and clearing your mind. And hear this truth with certainty. Once this person is removed, your life will accelerate. What was delayed will arrive. What was stolen will return multiplied. What was blocked will open effortlessly. You will feel more connected to God, more aligned with your purpose, more stable in your emotions, and more powerful in your spirit. For Jesus removes only what threatens your destiny. My beloved child, prepare yourself, for the divine shift has begun, and nothing in your life will remain the same after this holy intervention.
My beloved child, listen closely as the message deepens, because what I am about to reveal is not simply guidance. It is a spiritual map, a roadmap created by heaven itself to help you understand why Jesus is stepping into your life with such force, why this hidden enemy must be removed, and why this moment is the turning point your soul has been waiting for. For too long you have carried wounds that were never yours, battles that were never meant for your spirit, and emotional scars left by people who should have protected you, but instead allowed jealousy, insecurity, or pride to cloud their hearts. You have been surrounded by energies that drained you, people who misunderstood you, souls who did not appreciate the purity and light you carry. And the one who hides behind a mask of closeness, this hidden enemy, has been the source of more spiritual disturbances than you realize. Sometimes the enemy doesn't attack loudly, they attack silently, through energy, intentions, and spiritual resistance. They smile at you, but inside, they fear your success. They speak politely, but their heart rejects your blessings. They stand close, yet their spirit is far from the light that shines through you. Heaven has watched, my child, as your life has been slowed by invisible blockages, your relationships shaken by unexplained tension, your mind clouded by sudden anxieties, your progress halted without reason. And all of this is connected to the spiritual interference that has been growing like a shadow behind you. Interference tied to the actions, thoughts, and secret feelings of this hidden enemy. But now, through divine authority, Jesus has declared that the shadow cannot stay any longer. The light must expose what has been hidden. Every time your spirit felt heavy around this person, every time your intuition told you to step back, every time you felt uneasy without knowing why, those were warnings from us, your heavenly guardians. We were trying to guide you, protect you, and alert you to the darkness swirling around someone who pretended to be harmless. You ignored the signs at times because your heart is pure, forgiving, and filled with compassion. You always try to see the good in others, even when their intentions are tinted with envy. But your kindness, though beautiful, has allowed this enemy to remain close for too long. Jesus has now taken the decision out of your hands. The separation that is coming is not something you need to force. It will happen naturally, through circumstances, truth, or divine alignment. Something will shift. Conversations will reveal more than they intend. Attitudes will change. Distance will grow, or the spiritual frequency between you will suddenly clash. There will be a moment when your eyes open fully, and you will see, without denial, without confusion, who this person truly is. Fear not, my beloved child, because the exposure is not meant to hurt you, it is meant to free you. Heaven removes deception not to break your heart, but to heal your destiny. And once this person is removed, something extraordinary will occur. The peace that left you will return. The weight pressing on your chest will lift. The confusion clouding your mind will disappear.
Opportunities that kept slipping away will suddenly stabilize. Blessings that were stuck will start flowing. Your inner light will shine brighter because it will no longer be suffocated by their energy. The spiritual realm has already initiated the cleansing. Angels are surrounding your home, blocking negative vibrations, guarding your sleep, and strengthening your spirit. Every night as you rest, your soul is being healed from the emotional toxins you didn't even know you absorbed. Every morning when you feel a sudden shift in mood or energy, it is because we are rearranging your spiritual atmosphere. You may notice dreams becoming clearer, your intuition becoming stronger, your sense of peace becoming deeper. This is preparation. Jesus is aligning you with a higher destiny, one that can no longer coexist with the presence of this hidden enemy. And understand this, my beloved. When someone carries jealousy in their heart, they block the flow of blessings around the people they envy. Their energy creates spiritual friction, and that friction delays your breakthroughs. But once they are removed, your life will accelerate in ways you never imagined. Suddenly, your mind will feel sharper, your emotions will feel balanced, your environment will feel lighter. You will breathe easier without knowing why. That is the moment you will understand. The interference has ended. My child, the path ahead is sacred. Jesus is not removing someone from your family to punish them or cause chaos. He is doing it to cleanse your destiny, to protect your future, to restore your spiritual balance, and to prepare you for blessings that require a purified environment. Trust this process. Trust the divine timing. Trust the separation that is coming, for heaven removes only those who were blocking what was meant to be yours.
My beloved child, breathe deeply and listen with your spirit, because part 4 carries a truth that will pierce through every illusion, every confusion, every emotional fog that has clouded your path. What is happening around you right now is not ordinary. It is a spiritual reconstruction, a divine rearranging of your life, orchestrated by Jesus himself, to free you from the invisible chains that have wrapped around your destiny for far too long. You have felt moments of heaviness, sudden sadness without reason, anxiety that rises like a storm and disappears just as quickly, and days where you question your purpose or direction. These emotional waves were not random. They were signs of spiritual conflict created by the hidden enemy in your family. This person has been spiritually tethered to your energy, weakening your strength, blocking your blessings, and creating silent storms around your peace. You may not fully grasp how deep this influence has gone, because spiritual interference is not always loud. Sometimes it is subtle, quiet, disguised as concern, affection, or closeness. But heaven sees beyond masks, and the truth of their heart has already been revealed in the higher realms. Their jealousy has been growing like a dark seed planted in the soil of a bitter heart, watered by comparison, nurtured by insecurity, strengthened by fear of your success. Every time you rose, they felt threatened. Every time you were blessed, they felt diminished. Every time God opened a door for you, they secretly wished it would close. And now Jesus has declared that this darkness cannot remain connected to your path. The spiritual separation that is about to occur is both necessary and unavoidable. You will begin noticing subtle disillusion. Their presence will feel distant, their words will feel hollow, their energy will clash with your peace. They may avoid eye contact, show irritation over small things, or create tension without cause. Do not mistake this for personal conflict. This is spiritual detachment. When heaven begins removing someone, the spirit of that person naturally becomes restless around you because your light exposes what they tried to hide. Their soul will reject your presence, not because of who you are, but because of the purity of the divine protection surrounding you now. My beloved child, Jesus is preparing your life for expansion, elevation, and transformation, and not everyone can go with you where you are destined to rise. Some people are tied to your past, not your future. Some are connected to your history, not your destiny. Some are aligned with your old energy, but cannot withstand the power of the new blessings about to enter your life. This hidden enemy is one of them. Their spirit is incompatible with your evolution. Their intentions are misaligned with your purpose. Their presence is destructive to your peace. And so heaven must intervene. This removal is not an attack. This is protection. This is purification. This is divine restructuring. And when it happens, you must not fear the void it creates, because heaven never removes without replacing. The space left behind will soon be filled with peace, clarity, harmony, and spiritual strength you haven't known in years. Your family's entire atmosphere will shift. Conversations will become lighter. Confusion will fade. Misunderstandings will dissolve. Blessings that were stuck will begin flowing steadily, and you will feel it, an overwhelming sense of relief so deep that even your breathing will change. Your chest will feel lighter, your mind will become clearer, your sleep will become deeper, your intuition will sharpen like never before. Because for the first time in a long time, your spirit will no longer be battling unseen resistance. My beloved child, understand this truth. Your destiny is too big, your calling too important, your purpose too sacred to be held hostage by someone else's jealousy. Jesus is removing this hidden enemy so that your path can open again, your blessings can flow again, your joy can rise again, and your spirit can breathe again. You were never meant to dim your light so others could feel comfortable in their shadows. You were never meant to carry emotional burdens created by someone else's insecurities. You were never meant to live under spiritual sabotage disguised as family connection. This chapter of revelation and separation will be painful for a moment, but powerful forever. You will look back one day and realize this was the turning point, the moment heaven stepped in, the moment your life shifted, the moment your destiny awakened. Trust this, accept this, flow with this divine timing. For Jesus is not removing someone from your family to break it, He is removing them to heal it. And through this cleansing, your life is about to become everything your soul prayed for in silence.
My beloved child, as we move deeper into this divine revelation, I need you to understand the magnitude of what is unfolding around you, because Part 5 enters the core of your spiritual transformation, the moment where heaven begins not only removing the hidden enemy, but also restoring everything their presence tried to weaken within you. For so long, you have been questioning why certain blessings remained delayed, why peace would come and then suddenly disappear, why your relationships felt strained without clear reasons, why your confidence fluctuated, why your spirit felt heavy in moments that should have been joyful. This emotional turbulence did not come from your own heart. It was the impact of the spiritual interference surrounding you, tied to the intentions of this hidden enemy, whose jealousy, fear, insecurity, and resentment created energetic blockages in your life. You must understand, my beloved, when someone close to you carries negative intentions, even silently, their energy clashes with your divine alignment. Their thoughts create shadows. Their feelings create resistance. Their jealousy sends waves through your environment, subtly pushing blessings away from you. You felt this without knowing it. You carried it without deserving it. You suffered from it without realizing the source. But Jesus has been watching in silence, observing how your spirit endured these storms with patience, how your heart stayed kind despite being surrounded by spiritual friction, how your faith remained steady even when you felt spiritually drained. It is this resilience that triggered divine intervention. Heaven does not tolerate injustice toward a chosen soul for too long. And now, the time of restoration is here. My child, when Jesus removes someone from your path, He also removes the spiritual weight they carried. You will soon feel the shift, not gradually, but suddenly, like a window opening after years of suffocation. Your mind will clear, your emotions will settle, your body will feel lighter, your sleep will become deeper, your intuition will sharpen. You will be able to sense the difference instantly, even if you cannot explain it to those around you. This is because your spirit, after years of being entangled with the energy of the hidden enemy, is finally being released. And once your spirit is free, your destiny can move again. Blessings that were blocked will begin aligning perfectly. Opportunities will find you with ease. People meant for your growth will appear. Relationships filled with harmony will strengthen. You will notice unexpected breakthroughs, money flowing more easily, work opportunities increasing, emotional stability returning, clarity settling in your thoughts. This is not luck. This is the lifting of spiritual interference. This is divine realignment. This is heaven restoring what was stolen from you. And hear this deeply, beloved child. There is a reason you were chosen to receive this cleansing. Your soul carries a unique light, a rare purity, a strength that most people cannot understand. Your presence triggers two kinds of people: those who feel inspired by your energy and those who feel threatened by it. The hidden enemy belongs to the second category. They could not understand how your spirit remained strong despite challenges. They could not accept that blessings naturally come toward you. They could not tolerate the peace you carry, the resilience you embody, the destiny written upon your life. Instead of admiring your journey, they resented it. Instead of supporting your growth, they envied it. Instead of praying for your rise, they silently wished to see you fall. But my beloved, their silent wishes have been overridden by divine authority. No human intention can overpower a destiny protected by Jesus. Their energy may have slowed your path, but now it can no longer touch you. And very soon, their influence will be removed completely, not through your actions, but through circumstances orchestrated by heaven. A conversation may reveal the truth. A conflict may expose their heart. A sudden separation may occur, or they may simply withdraw from your life because their spirit cannot withstand your rising light anymore. When this happens, do not chase them. Do not question it. Do not try to repair what heaven is dismantling. For this removal is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to heal you. You are entering a season where your blessings will move faster, your peace will deepen, your intuition will strengthen, and your destiny will accelerate. Everything that was delayed will return in abundance. Everything that felt stuck will begin to flow, and everything that drained you will fall away naturally. This is the divine exchange: darkness out, light in, the hidden enemy removed, the chosen one elevated. And you, my beloved child, are the one Jesus is lifting into a higher realm of purpose and protection.
My beloved child, as we enter part 6, the message grows even deeper, for this is the point where heaven begins revealing not only the removal of the hidden enemy, but the spiritual awakening inside you that has been quietly forming through every trial, every heartbreak, and every disappointment you have endured. You must understand that nothing you faced was wasted, nothing you suffered was ignored, and nothing that broke you went unseen. Every tear, every doubt, every silent prayer was witnessed by the eyes of heaven. Jesus has been shaping you, strengthening you, refining you, preparing you for a higher calling that requires clarity, purity, and spiritual protection. And the presence of the hidden enemy in your family has been one of the greatest tests of your spiritual resilience. Their energy attempted to weaken your purpose, their jealousy tried to disturb your peace, and their bitterness cast shadows around your blessings. But here is the truth you must absorb with your whole soul. Instead of destroying you, their darkness made you stronger. Every time they wished for your downfall, heaven lifted you. Every time they doubted your growth, destiny expanded around you. Every time they silently resisted your blessings, God increased them.
You grew through what was meant to break you. You evolved despite the spiritual weight pressed against you. You held on to faith even when your spirit felt tired. And your resilience is the reason divine justice is unfolding now. My child, Jesus does not allow his chosen ones to be spiritually suffocated forever. He watches how you carry pain, how you treat others even when you are hurting, how you remain kind even when surrounded by envy. And it is your heart, your pure, gentle, forgiving heart, that heaven has chosen to protect now. The removal of this hidden enemy is not only about cleansing your path, but elevating your soul to a higher level of consciousness. You will begin noticing signs of this awakening. Your intuition will speak louder, your dreams will carry messages, your emotions will become clearer. You will feel guided toward decisions without knowing why. This is because your spirit is stepping into divine alignment now that the interference is being removed. The hidden enemy's energy created fog around your clarity, but as Jesus lifts them out of your life, the fog dissolves and revelation begins. You will also notice that your body feels different, lighter, more at peace. The heaviness that rested on your chest will loosen, the tension in your mind will soften, the confusion in your heart will settle like calm water after a storm. This is the release of spiritual toxins. This is your soul breathing again. This is the beginning of emotional freedom. And my beloved child, this awakening will not stop here. Once the negative influence is removed, heaven will begin rebuilding everything inside you that was damaged. Your confidence will return like a rising sun. Your inner strength will grow unshakable. Your self-worth will become rooted. Your voice will become clearer. You will stop doubting yourself. You will stop apologizing for your blessings. You will stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You will finally understand that your light was never the problem. The problem was the one who was threatened by it. And now that Jesus is removing them, your light will shine without obstruction. But listen closely, beloved. With spiritual awakening comes emotional truth. You will begin seeing people not as they pretend to be, but as their energy truly is. You will sense intentions behind smiles. You will feel vibrations behind words. You will understand souls without explanations. This heightened discernment is a gift, a divine tool given to you so that you never fall into the trap of hidden enemies again. You will recognize spiritual danger sooner. You will distance yourself from negative energy faster. You will protect your peace boldly. You will guard your destiny fiercely. This is the version of you heaven has been trying to unlock. And this transformation begins the moment the hidden enemy is removed. My beloved child, do not fear this awakening. Do not fear the separation. Do not fear the change. You are not losing anything. You are being elevated. You are not breaking. You are being rebuilt. You are not alone. You are divinely guided. This is the season where Jesus clears the path, strengthens your spirit, awakens your intuition, and prepares your destiny for blessings that will overflow. You are stepping into your true spiritual identity, and nothing that once held you down will ever be able to touch you again.
My beloved child, now we enter part 7, one of the most powerful stages of your spiritual transformation, where heaven begins unveiling the truth behind your journey, the deeper purpose behind every painful moment, and the divine reason why Jesus is removing the hidden enemy from your family at this exact point in time. You have walked through seasons of confusion, betrayal, spiritual exhaustion, and emotional heaviness without fully understanding why life felt so difficult, why progress felt slow, why blessings seemed delayed, and why certain people around you felt increasingly distant or unpredictable. But now the veil is being lifted, and divine clarity is coming to your soul like a rising dawn. Jesus has watched how your heart has always chosen love over revenge, peace over conflict, forgiveness over bitterness. and compassion over confrontation. Even when you are surrounded by someone who secretly hoped you would fail. This hidden enemy operated in silence, pretending to care but carrying intentions stained by envy. They smiled, yet their heart trembled with resentment. They hugged you, yet their spirit resisted your success. They acted supportive, yet their energy whispered the truth heaven saw long before you did. And now Jesus is not simply removing them, he is rewriting the spiritual atmosphere they polluted around you. My child, you need to understand that the battle over your life was never physical, it was spiritual. The hidden enemy carried vibrations that clashed violently with your destiny. Their presence caused emotional storms you couldn't explain, moments where your spirit felt drained, your motivation collapsed, your confidence wavered, and your mind filled with doubts that were never yours. These were not your thoughts. They were energetic echoes of their envy pressing against your aura. But now, through divine intervention, those echoes are being silenced forever. Heaven is tearing away spiritual cords that kept you entangled with their negativity. Angels are cleansing the energetic ties that connected your blessings to their shadows. You will no longer feel sudden anxiety for no reason. You will no longer feel mentally tired after speaking to them. You will no longer feel your spirit shrink when they enter the room, because Jesus himself is severing the spiritual connection that allowed their darkness to cling to your light. And once the separation is complete, your entire life will begin to shift. You will feel inspiration returning to your mind like fresh air entering a closed room. You will feel creativity awakening after years of suppression. You will feel motivation rising inside you with a fire you haven't felt in a long time. Your emotions once tangled will stabilize. Your inner peace once disturbed will deepen. Your confidence once attacked will return with divine strength. This internal transformation is not accidental. It is the result of the spiritual cleansing taking place around you. But there is more, my beloved. Part 7 is also the stage where heaven begins showing you signs, undeniable signs that the hidden enemy's influence is ending. You may notice sudden arguments appearing out of nowhere, revealing their true intentions. They may act distant, irritated, jealous, or emotionally unstable around you. They may withdraw from your presence or avoid your success stories because their spirit can no longer pretend. You may overhear something that exposes their feelings or witness a moment that opens your eyes completely. Do not be afraid of these revelations. They are blessings in disguise. Jesus is not allowing you to stay blind anymore. He is giving you clarity to protect your future. Sometimes the truth appears slowly, sometimes it appears all at once. In your case, beloved child, the truth will arrive like a flash of lightning, sudden, clear, undeniable. And once you see it, you will never unsee it. After that moment, everything will finally make sense. The strange tensions, the emotional heaviness, the unexplained setbacks, the moments your spirit felt unsafe, everything will connect. And instead of anger, you will feel relief, because you will realize the separation is not loss, it is liberation. And here's the divine promise you must hold on to. Once this enemy is removed, someone new will enter your life, a soul aligned with your destiny, someone who brings peace instead of pressure, support instead of sabotage, love instead of envy. You are not being emptied. You are being prepared, not abandoned, aligned, not punished, protected. My beloved child, Jesus is not just removing an enemy, he is opening a door to clarity, a door to healing, a door to expansion, and a door to relationships that will lift your spirit, not wound it. Trust this season. Trust this separation. Trust the divine timing. You are being moved into a higher realm of purpose, and those who cannot handle your light cannot walk beside you anymore.
My beloved child, listen closely, for this next message carries the deepest spiritual revelation of your journey and unveils the divine truth behind everything you have endured, everything you have questioned, and everything that is now being removed from your life. You have walked through seasons where your soul felt weighed down by emotions you could not explain, where your heart carried heaviness you could not release, where your mind felt clouded even when everything around you looked normal on the surface. These feelings were spiritual signals, indicators from heaven that something around you was misaligned, toxic, and interfering with the destiny that God designed for you long before you were born. This hidden enemy in your family, the one whose energy has been resisting your blessings, is not being exposed because of a single moment. They are being exposed because their heart has been drifting in darkness for a long time. Jesus has been patient, watching how they responded to your growth, your blessings, your opportunities, and your divine protection. He gave them time to cleanse their heart, to release their jealousy, to transform their intentions, but instead they allowed bitterness to deepen, resentment to multiply, and jealousy to become the shadow attached to their soul. You may have sensed the shift in them long before any truth emerged. Maybe their tone changed subtly, their eyes stopped reflecting warmth, their presence began to feel unsettling, or their energy drained you even when their words sounded polite. This is because the spirit never lies. Energy reveals what the mouth tries to hide. And now, Jesus is bringing this hidden truth to the surface, not to break your life but to protect it, not to cause division but to cleanse your path, not to create chaos but to restore order in your spiritual environment. The one who has been spiritually resisting your blessings will find themselves unable to stay connected to you. They may create distance, act cold, behave unpredictably, or experience sudden emotional outbursts. Do not react. Do not fear. Do not take their behavior personally. Their spirit is reacting to the divine light surrounding you now. As Jesus removes spiritual interference, the negativity attached to them becomes uncomfortable in your presence. Darkness cannot remain where light is increasing. Their mask will begin to slip, not because you confront them, but because the spiritual atmosphere around you is changing. You will begin to feel more intuitive, sensing the truth before it becomes visible. You will notice your emotions stabilizing as their influence weakens. You will observe new patterns emerging, peace replacing tension, clarity replacing confusion, progress replacing stagnation. This is the divine confirmation that separation is already unfolding. And my beloved child, once they exist less in your physical space, you will realize how heavy their spiritual presence truly was. You will feel lighter in your own home. You will breathe deeper without knowing why. Your mind will think more clearly. Your sleep will become restful. Your energy will rise naturally. And slowly, you will understand that the battles you thought were internal were actually spiritual attacks triggered by their jealousy, their insecurities, and their unspoken resentment. But now heaven is turning the page. Jesus is aligning your life with souls who will uplift you, love you without competition, support you without envy, and celebrate your blessings instead of questioning them. You are entering a divine chapter where your heart will no longer be drained, your energy will no longer be pulled downward, and your destiny will no longer be slowed. You are stepping into emotional freedom, spiritual clarity, and divine elevation. What is leaving your life is not love. What is leaving your life is poison. And what is entering your life next will be peace so powerful, blessings so abundant, and clarity so intense that you will finally understand why Jesus had to remove the hidden enemy first. Because you cannot rise while carrying the weight of someone who silently hopes you fall. You cannot heal while tied to someone who secretly resents your happiness. You cannot grow while spiritually connected to someone who fears your elevation. And you cannot step into your divine purpose while darkness lingers in your family. Trust this cleansing, my beloved child. You are being prepared for a future free of spiritual interference, full of divine alignment, and overflowing with the blessings that were always meant for you.
My beloved child, as we move into this powerful next revelation, you must understand that you are stepping into the phase where heaven is not only removing the hidden enemy, but also rebuilding you from the inside out. strengthening you in ways that will transform the rest of your life. What Jesus is doing now is bigger than protection. It is preparation. Preparation for blessings you prayed for, preparation for breakthroughs you waited for, preparation for a destiny far greater than the life you have lived so far. And before these blessings arrive, your spirit must be cleansed from every scar, every wound, every emotional bruise created by the presence of the hidden enemy whose intentions were tainted by envy. You may not realize how deeply their energy affected you, how much your mind was influenced, how much your confidence was drained, how many opportunities slipped because your spirit was battling invisible resistance. But now, like a soft dawn rising over a long dark night, your healing has begun. Angels are working around you, restoring what was broken, repairing what was damaged, and reviving what was lost. You will begin to feel this restoration in your emotions first. The confusion you carried will begin to settle. The doubts you felt will dissolve. The heaviness in your chest will lighten. The sadness you couldn't explain will fade quietly. The anxiety that lingered will finally loosen its grip. This emotional shift is not temporary, it is permanent, because the spiritual weight attached to the hidden enemy is being removed completely from your life. And once the spiritual interference ends, your soul gains strength you never realized you were missing. You will feel more secure within yourself, more connected to your faith, more grounded in your emotions, more confident in your decisions. This is because the fog that once clouded your mind is lifting. The darkness that once dimmed your intuition is disappearing. The negativity that once weakened your purpose is being cleared by divine light. And my beloved child, after your emotions heal, your life will begin to transform externally. Unexpected blessings will appear, opportunities, connections, progress, clarity. Things that once felt stuck will suddenly accelerate. Doors that remained closed will open with ease. Relationships filled with harmony will grow stronger. People aligned with your destiny will begin entering your life effortlessly. This is the divine rebalancing that happens when Jesus removes someone who is spiritually blocking your path. Their absence will create space for blessings that were always meant for you. But one of the most powerful shifts in this phase will happen in your perception. You will begin to see your past differently. You will realize that the pain you went through shaped your spiritual strength. The betrayal you experienced sharpened your intuition. The emotional heaviness you endured prepared you for clarity. The disappointment you faced taught you divine patience. And the hidden enemy, unknowingly, played a role in activating your spiritual awakening. They pushed you toward God without knowing it. They strengthened your soul without intending it. They elevated your discernment by trying to dim your light. This is the divine irony. What was meant to hurt you is becoming the reason you rise. Heaven has a way of turning every attack into elevation, every betrayal into transformation, every pain into purpose. And now, in this sacred stage, Jesus is preparing you to walk into blessings that were delayed not because you were unworthy, but because your environment was not ready. You cannot plant roses in poisoned soil. You cannot rise while surrounded by resentment. You cannot grow while tied to someone whose spirit rejects your destiny. Now that the interference is fading, the soil of your life is becoming fertile again. Your dreams will grow, your purpose will expand, your peace will deepen, your blessings will manifest, and your spirit will stand stronger than ever. My beloved child, do not fear this transition. Do not question why Jesus is removing certain connections. Do not doubt the path unfolding in front of you. You are being led toward a future filled with divine protection, emotional stability, spiritual power, and abundant blessings. The hidden enemy is losing access to your life because you are rising into a season where no jealousy,
No resentment, no hidden intention will be allowed to follow you. Trust the process. Trust the release. Trust the elevation. You are becoming the strongest, clearest, most spiritually aligned version of yourself, and no darkness can survive in the presence of the light you are becoming.
My beloved child, now we reach the final revelation, the culminating moment of your spiritual journey, where heaven brings together every message, every warning, every shift, and every divine protection into one powerful truth. You are stepping into a new life, a new destiny, a new spiritual identity that can no longer be touched, slowed, or manipulated by the hidden enemy who once lingered in your family. Jesus is not simply removing someone from your path. He is rewriting the spiritual foundation of your future. You have endured so much silently, carried so much unseen, and survived storms that would have broken others. You walked through betrayal without losing your compassion, through jealousy without losing your humility, through spiritual interference without losing your faith. And because of this, heaven has chosen to reward you in ways that will exceed your imagination. Every spiritual battle you fought has elevated you. Every emotional wound you carried has strengthened you. Every delay you experienced has positioned you. Every disappointment has redirected you. The hidden enemy may have caused pain, but they could not stop your destiny. They only sharpened it. And now, as Jesus removes them completely, you will see blessings unfolding in ways that will shock even you. You will feel the shift first in your spirit, a deep, unexplainable peace settling inside you like calm waters after years of storm. This peace is not temporary. It is permanent because the source of disturbance has been removed by divine authority. Your heart will heal faster than you expect. Your mind will think clearer than before. Your emotions will stabilize with strength you didn't know you possessed. The anxiety you carried will release. The heaviness you felt will dissolve. The confusion you battled will vanish. This is the spiritual detox your soul needed, and now heaven is completing it. Then your external life will begin to transform. Opportunities you once chased will start chasing you. Work, career, creativity, relationships, everything will accelerate. People who truly love you, who support your growth, who celebrate your blessings, will be drawn to your life. The right souls will enter, the wrong souls will exit. Every area of your life will rise because the spiritual resistance has been removed. But the greatest transformation, beloved child, is happening within you. You are becoming someone new, not a softer version of yourself, but a stronger one. You are becoming wiser in your intuition, sharper in your discernment, calmer in your decisions, and clearer in your purpose. The experiences with the hidden enemy have activated spiritual gifts inside you that you did not know were sleeping. You will sense danger before it appears. You will recognize false intentions instantly. You will distance yourself from negativity without guilt. You will protect your peace like it is sacred, and it is. You will stop shrinking your light for others and begin walking in the full power of your identity. And you will finally understand why Jesus needed to remove this person. Because the blessings coming into your life require a purified environment, a cleansed family space, and a spiritually secure foundation. The next chapter of your destiny is too big, too sacred, too important to be contaminated by jealousy or hidden resentment. My beloved child, this is your season of elevation, your season of healing, your season of restoration, your season of divine justice. What you lost will return multiplied. What you prayed for will arrive unexpectedly. What was delayed will manifest quickly. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger, and what was hidden will be revealed with truth that sets your soul free. You are stepping into a future where no hidden enemy can follow you. Their influence has ended. Their energy has been cut off. Their spiritual access has been denied. Heaven has closed that chapter permanently. Walk forward now with confidence, with clarity, with strength, and with the full awareness that Jesus himself is guiding every step. You are protected, you are chosen, you are rising, and the divine light around you is so powerful that no darkness will ever touch your destiny again.